Hey Kaj Nation, welcome back. Oh yes, baby, it's a new month, Women's Month. What better way to celebrate the month than to talk to women about motherhood? Today I'm going to be sharing a personal insight on how I slowly and I was not even aware how deep I fell in a well of losing myself. Guys, don't get me wrong. I love my kids. My kids are my world. My world basically revolves around them. And in the midst of my world revolving around them, Kajo disappeared. If I become a little bit vulnerable, please understand this is a very sensitive topic. Now let's relax and talk. I'm even getting chills when I think about this. So I just want to share my story on how I kind of lost myself to motherhood. I'll start with a short brief of my history so that you guys can understand where I come from. I had my first son at a young age. I was clueless about being a mom, and luckily, God sent me an angel, of which I'm very grateful for. That's my son's grandmom. When I gave birth, my son's grandmom suggested that she will take him in and stay with him while I go back to school. And every weekend I'll go and visit them in school holidays. Guys, when I tell you that that woman is an angel, she took me in like her own daughter. Fast forward, life is lifey. I'm all grown up, I'm working, I'm independent. And 17 years later, I gave birth to my second born son. You can imagine the excitement of becoming a mom again. And for me, it felt like it was the first time because remember the first pregnancy, I was still young, I wasn't independent, I couldn't buy things that I liked to prepare myself to be a mom. So, yeah, I gave birth to my second born. I'm not going to go deep into this. I gave birth to my second born. After I gave birth to him, my firstborn and myself are so excited. But at the back of my mind, there's this thought that was always crumbling in or ring. Okay, you have a child. Now what? What is the way forward? How are you gonna do this? You are alone now. You have to stand on your own now. You are grown. You're no longer a child yourself. You are responsible for somebody else's life. When I tell you that women are strong, guys, we are strong. We go through a lot of things, and 90% of the time we don't even complain because that is our role. We understand our role as being mom. I went back to work from maternity leave. When I got back to work, I was offered a position to move to the mother city. I was so excited. You guys, okay, I'm moving to the mother city. But I had a challenge. I'm moving to the mother city. I don't have any family. I don't have any friends. I don't know anyone basically in the mother city. And I have a 1-year-old with me that I have to move with to the mother city because I don't have anybody that I can leave my kids with. I don't have the luxury of having a mom and say, Mom, can you take care of my kids while I go to work? In South Africa, it's quite common that if you have kids out of wedlock, most of the time your mom will be the one who takes care of your kids. So I don't have that luxury. Okay, kagunya samente girl and move to the mother city. Everything is new to me. Now, I have this tiny human being that I need to protect. And I still have to find my way around. But I don't want to lie, guys. The people that I was working with here in Cape Town, they were so supportive to start with. They were understanding. And slowly but surely, I managed to settle in. Then my son started crash. When my son started crash now, remember, I was used to a certain schedule. Now I have to change my schedule. I have to make time to drop him off at the crèche in the morning, and I have to make time to be at work on time, come back from work, go and fetch him, come home, prepare dinner, and you know, if you're a parent, you know the everyday nom. Okay. Luckily I have a very supportive partner. He helps me with a lot of things, but I'm not gonna be talking about him. I don't wanna be involving him into this. I want you guys to understand how I basically lost myself. And if you're still watching the video and you're enjoying it, and you want to share your story of motherhood, maybe it's treating you, maybe you didn't lose your identity to motherhood, please write on the comment section. And don't forget to click on the like, hit the subscribe, and the notification bell so that every time we upload, you can get notified. Okay, so 2019, my son is about 2.5 years old. It's pre-COVID. We find out that we are pregnant again. The excitement. I'm gonna be a mom again. I remember saying, I wish I can have a girl. I remember saying, I wish I can have a girl. Then my kids will be the same as my mom's, because I have two brothers and then me. I'm the last born. So I wish my last born can be a girl. And yes, didn't disappoint me. God gave me Mafunga Shiwam. She is so beautiful, guys. My daughter is so beautiful. Everywhere I go, people always compliment her. Wait, your daughter, your child. She's got this adorable smile. Like there's something about her, and her name. Her name explains it all. Her name says it all, because her name means beauty in our language. You see. But before I gave birth, I wanna tell you something so that you guys can see that in between all these things, I never had time for myself. Okay, I find out that I'm pregnant. The first trimester was fine. Then the second trimester, I got sick. Like, really sick. I was hospitalized for almost the whole of second trimester, because I'll go to the hospital, let's say today on a Sunday, and then I'll stay there for 2 weeks, come back home for a week, and start getting sick again, and go back and stay there for 2 or 3 weeks, come back. Guys, the way I was so in and out of hospital, the medical clinic, the receptionists, they already knew me. When I enter there, they will ask, you back again? I'll be like, yeah, I'm back again. What's wrong this time? Same thing. I'm still not feeling better. I'm sure you're asking yourself what was wrong with me. So I had this chest infection, but they couldn't really specify what it was. They tested me for pneumonia. It was not pneumonia. They tested me for TB. It was not TB. And sometimes, remember when you're in a hospital, every day, every morning, a nurse will come in around 5 in the morning while you're still sleeping, just to draw your blood so that they can test you. So while I was still in hospital, I remember they tested me for TB. They even took my sputum. They tested me for TB. And it came negative. It came out negative, sorry. And then they tested, every morning they were testing me for TB. But every time it came out negative. Still not pneumonia. Then they concluded that it was just a viral infection. Remember, this one was 2019 around November. We didn't know about. We knew about COVID-19, but it has not hit South Africa yet. Okay, so In and out of hospital, in and out of hospital. I'm exhausted. Guys, yo, I looked frail when I was pregnant with my daughter. When every time I see those pictures, I just break down and cry. I was on an oxygen mask the whole time. I couldn't breathe. Basically, I had all the symptoms of COVID, but they couldn't conclude that it's COVID because I never traveled abroad and I never came to contact with anybody that has traveled abroad around that time. And there was never even one case of COVID that was talked about in South Africa. I got better. I got released from the hospital in January, and the fun and while I'm busy experiencing all those symptoms and being sick and everything, the funny part is that every day when they check on Ugel, my daughter, in the tummy, nothing was affecting her. She was okay, her heartbeat, everything. She was 100% okay. Okay, that was the only thing that was giving me strength that if my daughter's okay, I'm gonna pull through this. All right. Fast forward, I gave birth to my daughter. Like I explained, Mafungashi was here. That's not a name. That's a Xhosa name that they use for a firstborn girl. So we call her that. She was here, and we are happy.
Are you an aspiring YouTuber? Do you have a social media account and you're struggling to get likes and views? If that is the case, please contact Jamie Actor on the number provided on the screen. She will assist you to build your YouTube account. She will assist you with thumbnails. She will assist you with the SEOs, everything that you need. All you need to do is just to hit that number on. You can send her a WhatsApp. She will be happy to give you a call and you guys can take it further from there. I hope you can get all
Like
the
nobody was
support that
allowed
you
to go
need from
outside. Everybody
Jamie.
knows. You remember
She
how it
is
was
very
with the
useful.
restrictions and
I've
everything.
been using her for a while.
I'm dealing with a 3-year-old now and a newborn. I just recovered from being very sick. Um, Now it's hard lockdown. And on top of that, I was suffering from a severe case of postpartum depression. Yeah, postpartum depression. When my daughter was born, guys, she was my mom's double gang. She looked exactly like my mom. And every time I would look at her, I would just start break down and cry because she reminded me of my mom. And I'm like, does God have a funny sense of humor? Okay, yes, I wanted a baby girl, but why would you give me a girl that looks exactly like my mom? And my subconscious developed, I don't know, like I had this resistance warring. I was scared to bond and I was scared to bond with my daughter. I felt like, okay, my mom died when I was young. Now this person, she's here. She looks exactly like her. What if I love her? I give her all of me and she leaves me. What if she leaves me like my mom as left? Sometimes I wouldn't even wanna touch her. Like I was scared of touching her because when the thoughts crippled in my head, it was so scary. And it felt like, and I would feel guilt or it feels like I don't love my daughter, but I love her too much. to a point that she kind of, I don't know how to put it in English, but she kind of woke up that thing of losing a mom all over again. So it's an excitement of having a daughter. And on the other hand, I feel like I'm mourning, but she's alive. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. But if you have experienced postnatal depression before, I'm sure you would understand what I'm talking about. And that time, it was difficult to get counseling. It was difficult to go to a psychologist or to go and yeah, man. But um I'm thankful for my partner because I think he picked up that there was something wrong with me. And then he had the courage to ask me what's wrong. And when I explained to him, whenever I started feeling like that, he would take the baby away from me, and then he would sit with him with the baby, and then he would tell me go to bed and rest, and maybe you're too tired, maybe you. But eventually, I came slowly but surely. It stopped. Like me and my daughter, she's my best friend. Like I always tell you, she's my camera lady. And yeah, now I'm dealing with 2 children and lockdown and postnatal depression. Oh, kuningi guys, it was a lot. Restrictions were brought down. Time went by, I went back to the office. When I went back to work, none of my clothes would fit me. Remember, you always sloppy at home when you're busy with children. None of my clothes fit me. I've gained so much weight. My skin is very dull. I don't understand what is happening with me. And it took me time to realize that as well, guys. It took me a long time. I think I only started to catch a wake up that I have lost myself. Was it last year or the year before last when I started losing weight? I think it was the year before last. We went to a team building at work, and the when the photos for the team building came, I was shocked. I was shocked. Who's this person on this picture? Guys, am I this big? Like I was big, like okay, I'll put the picture on the side. You'll see what I was talking about. I was shocked, like I'm like, something needs to be done. I need to go back to the drawing board. I went back to the drawing board. Kajo, where did it all go wrong? Where did you lose yourself? What happened? I started asking myself those questions. And I came to realize, girl, you have time for everyone but yourself. I was thriving career wise. I'm thriving as a full time working mom. But where's Kajo's time? You don't even have time to sit for 10 minutes and just to gather your thoughts. You're always so busy. How do you expect yourself to have that glow? And there's this thing that us mothers do. I don't know if it's all mothers or it's just me, but I stopped doing it. Whenever we give our kids food they eat, I know when I was growing up, my mom used to tell me that you don't throw away food. So whenever my kids will not finish their food, I'll take the leftovers and eat them up. I think that also contributed to the weight gain because I realized that because I'm always so stressed, I'm an emotional eater. I'll crave things I'll eat because I'm always so stressed. Guys, as I was saying, I realized that I'm always so busy, and whenever I get stressed, I would eat. I realized that, Kajo, as strong as you are, you need help. and you can't do it on your own. My kids were grown now. They're 8 and 5, but I decided that I'm gonna start including them in the house chores. Kids are very resilient, and they learn routine very quickly. It's the simple things that they can do. When they are done eating, they know they must wash their cup and their spoon and wipe it and put it back in the cupboard. When they're done playing with their toys, they must put them back in their toy box and pick it away. And the way they're getting so used to it now these days, even when you wake up in the morning, you find them, they've done their bed, even if though it's not perfect, but at least they try. And when they started helping me, that's when I managed to find a slot where I can squeeze in that little 15 minutes for myself, just me time. And I decided that I'm going to do something that I like. I love music. So what I'll do is I'll just take my car, go and park it somewhere, put on my headphones and start walking, take walks. It helped me. I lost so much weight so quickly. And all of a sudden, I became a happy mom. I became a glowing mom. My skin went back to normal. And at that time, I always kept my hair short and blonde. And I decided that I'm going to revamp myself. I changed my hairstyle. That's when I started to gather the courage to start Kajo MTV. Because I started finding myself again. I started to remember what was my passion, what my passion is. I started to identify with myself again. I only identify as a mom. I became Kajo again. To all the mothers out there, do you know that guilt trip that you always feel when you go to the shop and you see a beautiful dress that you want to buy, but you're thinking, oh, my daughter doesn't have shoes. And you don't buy that dress. You compromise and you buy that shoes for you, those shoes for your daughter. Guys, sometimes we need to be selfish to be kind to ourselves. Yes, we are mothers. Yes, we love our children. But we need to put ourselves first. With all that said, thank you for watching Kajo MTV. Kalina ke nna Mogadi, aka Kajo. Ngwanyana ka jeno, ngwanyana Lipopo, and thank you for watching. I love you so much, guys. I missed you. I know I was away for a long time. I bought a new camera. I was still learning how to set it up, how to set up everything. I'm still learning curve. I hope you're going to enjoy this video. I hope it's going to come out nicely. Sorry. We're shooting from the camera now. We're no longer using the phone. So, yeah, everything was still a new learning curve. So I told myself, let me shy away a bit from the camera and learn a bit. And then once I get the hang of it, I'll start shooting again. I hope you enjoyed this video. And I hope you're going to enjoy the other videos that are still going to come. I think this week I'm going to spoil you, my people. Maybe we can do a live during the week. I'm not sure, but I'll see how my work schedule is like. And yeah, stay blessed. I love you guys. Keep warm if you're in South Africa. And if you're enjoying your summer, remember to put on that sunblock and keep safe. Thank you. Love you. Bye. Mwah.